Hello, War Farming. This is Jaden's videos. Ooh, I think my lens is fogged up a lot. Give me a second. That's better. Okay. Hello, War Farming. This is still fogged up. Unless that's just my screen. I don't know. Hello, War Farming. This is Jaden's videos. This is Nightmare House 2019, The Dark Harvest. Haunt Build Day 10. Now, one thing I want to say about today that's kind of pathetic. More stuff was done today than yesterday, and yet yesterday we worked for like 4 hours, and today we worked for like, what, like 2. So it's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I'm happy that we got more stuff done today, and let me just say the first thing that I'm very happy about is this farmhouse. My stupid camera, stupid lens, or whatever it is, maybe screen, I don't know. What is fogging up? I don't know, but that gun fell again, so I'm going to pick that up again. And I'm not going to cut any of this out because I need to make it a longer build than it's going to turn out to be if I show you everything. If I show you everything and don't add in all this random stuff, build's going to be like 5 minutes. Okay, that looks a bit better. Maybe not. I'm just going to leave it. Screw it. Hate living in Florida for this. I love Florida. I only love Florida for the theme parks, though. If the theme parks were somewhere else, then I would move out of Florida so fast. Anyways, farmhouse is back up and running, if you can tell. It was on the ground, if you remember. And actually, today, that piece came off, but it's back up. It still needs the roof, for sure, but it'll get it eventually. Those are there. That pumpkin stem came off, which kind of sucks, but other than that... Oh, that stupid gun! Okay, you guys have already seen this. I secured the porch more in the middle. It feels like it's slanting a little bit, but whatever, I can fix that some other time. But yeah, it's not... I don't believe it's going to rain too much more. My stupid camera lens. This is ridiculous. I don't believe it's going to rain too much more leading up to Halloween. Because, you know, it's October. It doesn't rain as much as it does in the summer. But it's still going to rain, but I don't believe it's going to rain too much more. And definitely, a tropical storm, I don't believe there will be another tropical storm. Tropical storms don't happen often. We usually only get like 1 or 2 hurricanes a year. And tropical storm is a miniature hurricane. That's not fully developed into a hurricane yet. So the likelihood of a tropical storm happening in only 10 days... is very, very, very slim. So I'm not worried about that. It probably will rain and get a little windy again, but nothing compared to the tropical storm. So that's a good thing. So you saw farmhouse is back up and running. Windmill, that's still falling down. Well, it wasn't falling. Well, it was put properly, so it's not all gonna get ruined some more. But that was those wooden pieces were put back on. Now the blades just need to be put back on tomorrow, so that should be fixed by tomorrow. The Simon Slaughterhouse facade has more done than before, but it's still not finished. Still needs to have more detailing. Some shutters are going to be put on. That's the start of the shutters. Those are not finished yet. Those clamps will stay there, and they'll probably be more detailed. And it's got to say Simon Slaughterhouse on the top, so it's not done yet. But here it's been painted now. And these wooden things are out front just to give it a little more detail, as you can see. It's just been painted, but that's the most important part of it. So I'm glad that the painting was finished, because that's what matters most with it, is getting it painted, and it is painted. You can still tell it looks like cardboard, but in the dark it's going to be perfectly fine. I don't really care too much about this facade, just because there's already going to be so much stuff going on around here that no one's really going to pay attention to the fact that it's cardboard. All of that's still the same. I just want to check the blood if it's still on there. Heck yeah, it is. So, here's things that have been done. I didn't show you this last night, but this pole was put in. This was after I filmed last night, so you didn't see it. But this pole was put in, which is great. First pole, so there's going to be a wall going from there to there. But now we got the second pole, which was put in today, and I just did this one. This is going to be the doorway for the exit to Simon Slaughterhouse. So we got another pole. And then there's 2 more poles over here, which are the entryway to Dead Oak's cabin, because obviously the forest surrounding the farm is here, and then the cabin is going to be right here. So that's the entryway. I actually ordered a scene setter that's actually vinyl, so it's really good quality. and it's going to be used as the facade for this one. Of course, the facade will, there's still going to be a roof that's going to be made and a sign and stuff that says Dead Oaks Cabin, but that's going to eliminate the need to make a facade like that one, because it's already going to be made. So that's the doorway, though. Then here's the back wall of it. This is the pole for the back wall, where that's going to go, and then this, it's going to be a very slim pathway. The next pole is going to be, it's going to be right here. Originally, I didn't plan for Dead Oaks Cabin to be this slim, but I kind of like this better. But it just wasn't going to work out. I wasn't really picturing the pole placement, and I was kind of picturing it being just a square that's diagonal, but it would be a lot harder to do that way, because much easier to do poles in a rectangular type format, because the walls wrap around them easier that way. Whereas if it was diagonal, the walls would definitely have a lot more slack, and it wouldn't look as realistic, because usually buildings aren't diagonal. Usually buildings have good proportions that are squares or rectangles. So instead it's just going to be a long path, but I think that's fine, because the fireplace is going to be here, and then there's going to be a bed with Levitator Girl on it here, and then some farm supplies and stuff all around here. So it'll still look nice, and it will exit. This is going to be one side. This is going to hold up the door for Simon's Slaughterhouse and Dead Oaks Cabin, which is good, because that acts as two different things, so it's one less pole that needs to be put in. So the next pole is going to go here, and that's going to be the doorway for that. And then I don't think there will be any poles from here to there, because that will probably attach to that perfectly fine. But there is going to be a pole from there to there, because that's a much longer space to travel. And then poles that I didn't originally want to do, I don't think there's going to be poles here actually. The wall will probably just be attached from there over to there, and from there over to there, because this is going to be a little backstage area, like I mentioned, where supplies are going to be put and stuff. So that's what that is. So there definitely needs to be walls separating that, but nothing too crazy. Over here, the pumpkin patch. I like how all of these scenes, all of these scenes have like a bunch of stuff done at once in them, and then the pumpkin patch is just gradually getting done. But I had these pumpkins for a while, but I just brought them to the pumpkin patch. Ooh, there's a little baby rabbit. That's so cute. It's so small. It's a baby. You see that? It's a baby. Hi, baby bunny. What are you doing? I love bunnies. They're so cute. Anyways, I don't want to scare him too much, so I'm going to just shine the light away from him. These were out front of my house because some of the things I'm going to be using in the haunt, like pumpkins and body parts, are actually outside of my house for my decorations. But on Halloween night, I'm going to have animatronics outside. He's so cute. I'm going to have animatronics outside of the house. So I'm not really going to need a bunch of extra stuff. So I'm just gradually taking stuff out from the front of the house and putting it back here. Of course, there will be things that are already out there that are going to stay, but some things like the pumpkins need to move. I wanted to keep it out there as long as possible because I didn't want to just not have them out front because I thought they looked nice up there. But since Halloween's next week, I thought now would be the right time to bring them out. So these are the two real pumpkins I'm going to have. All the others are fake, but these are the two real... Actually, no. There's a lot of real small ones, but these are the two real big ones I'm going to have. So there's that one, and then there's this one. And then I moved this pumpkin over to here. There's going to be way more pumpkins. It definitely will look a lot more like a pumpkin patch once it's done. Right now it just looks like a narrow path with just a few random pumpkins, and it looks kind of dumb. But it will look better because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 light up jack-o'-lanterns to put in here. And then I have Possessed Pumpkin. I'm going to use him. I have... Hay Bale Popper might go in here because, like I mentioned yesterday, he's broken now, so I'm just going to use him as a static. So I might just put him in here as like a pumpkin on a hay bale. And then I have the skull that's inside the pumpkin, which I'm going to use it as a static because its phrases aren't really scary. They're kind of cheesy. So I'm just going to use it as a static, but I think it would work since the theme is supposed to be pumpkins fused with corpses. Well, this whole section is supposed to be pumpkin corpse creatures. So I think it would work to have a skull inside of a pumpkin. I'll just use him as a static because, like I mentioned, his phrases are cheesy. The rabbit is still running around. He can't find a way out because it's a long, narrow path. I don't even know why he came back here. But So yeah, I'll probably use him, and then of course there's going to be Pumpkin Patch Prowler, Howling, Jack-O-Man. I forgot to mention Grave Grabber Corpse is going in here because he definitely looks like he's covered in vines, so I feel like he would work. Anyways, that's what was done today. More than yesterday, but still not too much because it is a weekday. So, of course, this week is going to be one of the most productive weeks because the week before the week of Halloween. Of course, next week is going to be the most productive, but this week is going to be pretty productive. As you can see, we've already gotten quite a bit done today, and we only had like 2 hours to work since there was school, and then my parents had work, and yet we still got quite a bit done, so I'm pretty proud of it. Thumbnail time. This is going to be a pretty boring thumbnail. It's just going to be polls, but whatever. There we go. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.
Hey, come back. You don't play fair and you're making me angry. But maybe if you subscribe to Jaden's videos and join the werewolf army, I'll let you live another day. But it's not guaranteed.